Hello, everyone. Welcome to your social studies courses for the 21-22 school year. My name is Mr. DiGregorio. Hopefully you are watching this at home and you're safe and healthy. And we're excited to get going already for the 21-22 school year for you guys. And, for you freshmen out there, we have exciting courses for you to offer as sophomores. I'm excited to share them with you today. So if you could just hang on and pay attention, pause the video. Feel free to email me at vdgregorio@pvcsd.org if you have any questions. But let's just get started. So if you are currently as a ninth grader, you have a pretty prescribed schedule. As a sophomore for social studies, we tend to open up a lot of courses for electives for sophomores. That is on top of the New York State requirement of 10th grade global history and geography. So again, New York State requirements covered in 10th grade would also rounded out the schedule with some really great electives. If you were in AP World History, you're likely to move on to AP European History in 10th grade, and we might hear from Mr. G a little bit later on that. If you are someone who just dominated in ninth grade in social studies and you're feeling really good, or you're really passionate about European history, you also can potentially take that AP Euro. Most students will end up in global history and geography regions level, which is also a great class. As far as electives go, and this is something that may be a little bit different for you guys, there's quite a bit to choose from. You have conflicts in the 20th century, people conflicts in the 20th century, which is a fascinating course. From everything from 9/11, World War II, social movements. There's, in the last, 120 years or so, really a great course, fascinating about how the world works today, how our country works today. It's a lot of documentaries, a lot of interaction in the course, but really an exciting course nonetheless. You're also, as a 10th grader, able to take psychology, which gets into, human development and behavior, which is another great course, especially if you're thinking you might want to, we'll talk about IB a little later, but if you may want to take IB Psych as a junior and start into that IB path, or if you're interested about psychology, it's a really great intro level psychology course. We also have very popular history through film, which has really been a staple now in the social studies department. And, that's where you would look at the historicity of films, how films are created, and literally become a historical critique of many popular films. A lot of student choice in that course. Students oftentimes will end up picking out courses that they are interested in, movies that they're interested in. So it's another great course, looking at history, looking at Hollywood, how Hollywood treats history. Again, if you're interested in that or you like historical movies, that's definitely a great course for you. Also, if you're interested in film in general and how the creation of film, you may want to take IB Film as a junior or a senior. It might be a nice way to get your feet wet without, taking in a upper level course. We also very popular is we have sociology offered to 10th graders as well. And that course is all about social norms, the pressure society puts on the individual. Everyone who takes that course also loves that course. I mean, how can you really can't go wrong in the social studies department. So, sociology, psychology, conflicts in 20th century, history through film, they're really, really great courses to offer. Those classes are also, that we offer, those classes are also offered to 11th graders and 12th graders. So if you're 10 through 12, you can take conflicts in the U.S., psychology, history through film, and sociology. Now, if you are currently a 10th grader and you're looking into, obviously you're moving on to 11th grade, there you'll be taking, regular U.S. History and Government Regents level course, or you can opt to take IB History of the Americas, which is a higher level course. It's a part of the IB program. You would get your New York State 11th grade credit. You could also, it's kind of a part of a 2-year course that you'll take as a senior if you want to go on to world topics. But IB History of the Americas, great course. Again, you would get both your New York State Regents curriculum as well as enhanced with IB History of the Americas. So it's really, really wonderful class. Now, the difference between 10th grade and 11th grade is that you'll start to see these IB offerings. So IB Psychology you can take if you're passionate about psychology, and you can hit up the IB website for a little bit more from our website. There's a link about our IB program. There's so many great things in the IB program that, yes, they're upper level courses, but you don't have to be like, this is for every student in the building, really. If you're interested in psychology and you're passionate about psychology and you plan on going off to college and you may want to do it, IB Psych is really a great, safe place to get your feet wet and learn a very, very fulfilling curriculum. You can still take general psychology as well as a junior, like we talked about in that not too long ago. You could also take that conflicts course, but you also now are going to see Introduction to Law offered to juniors and seniors. So another great course, getting into laws, do some mock trials. We work closely with the Putnam County mock trial group. We do a lot of those studies. We look at some famous cases in U.S. history, the application of law, from a practical application of law. I know there's some lawyers out there, future lawyers out there. Really, again, an awesome course, very popular. You should think about signing up for it. You should think about signing up for all these. Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think you really can go wrong with the social studies courses. So 11th grade, you got your U.S. regular regents. You have IB, History of the Americas, and again, all those other electives that we spoke about already. So again, sign up, get enriched. You shouldn't really have free time in your schedule at this point, right? You enrich yourself and fill out that schedule. It should be an enjoyable year, especially when you're getting extra social studies classes in. So for you juniors out there that are obviously moving on to 12th grade, we talked about conflicts, we talked about history through film, we talked about intro to law, we talked about sociology, we talked about a little bit about that IB program as well. So all of those things are still offered to you as 12th graders. If you're on the IB track or you took IB History of the Americas, you progress probably into IB World Topics, where it'll be the second part of that course. However, if you crushed it in a Regents class in 11th grade and you want to take IB World Topics, you can take that as an SL as well. That means standard level. And again, check the website and we'll be doing a separate presentation on that. For seniors, you have to take economics and participation in government, 2 New York State requirements. There's different ways you can do that. You can flat out take participation in government and economics, and that fulfills your New York State requirement. However, you can also take the Journey program, which is only open for seniors. It's only in the spring of senior year, where students can work on independent, real work-related projects of their choosing. We've had students start little businesses. We've had students work in veterinary clinics. We've had students work in nursing, in the nursing field, the different facets of the medical field, and get real world credit for that course for economics and get real world experience. So again, an awesome course, especially if you're like, hey, I want to kind of map my own way out of here. I want to really take this journey. That's why, we can thank Mr. Latham for that name. I did approve it though. I was okay with it. So you have that course where you pretty much have guidance on what it is that you're going to be getting credit for. Hang on one second. I got to turn these lights back on. Sorry about that. Hopefully through the art of film, maybe we can shorten that up a little bit. But so the Journey program, great program for you to kind of go on your own individual journey and get real world credit. It also counts for economics. Then you also, as a senior, you have humanities. Humanities gives you a half of credit of 12th grade English and a half of credit of participation in government, both graduation requirements. Humanities, we've had 65 students in the senior class, half the senior class in that course at times, and we get into all sorts of fascinating. I look at it more like an American Studies course, where we get into the civil rights movement. And again, that's oftentimes we'll read what's going on in class. We do a lot of simulations. We'll put different people have mock trials in that course. We read an awesome book called The Things They Carried, which is about the Vietnam War, but also about how wonderful fiction can be. Really, that course runs the gamut of current events, understanding bias. We look at media bias. We look at we have different sections in that course that will fulfill the participation in government requirement as well as your 12th grade English requirement. So your guidance counselors are super, super great, and they will definitely hash out what works best for you. Most of the time, I would say for most of that class, we do all the work in class. If you're somebody who's like, I'm really good when I'm here, humanities may be the course for you. Again, so enriching. Now, all of these, I gave you a little bit of a background on each one of these courses, but all of these things are in your course description guides, which are posted on the website, and also your guidance counselors are experts on all these different courses, and hopefully you tell them things that you need, and they'll tell you what you need as well. And we hope to see you in a social studies class sometime soon. Maybe in a couple seconds, I'll have a couple teachers from the department give us a little bit of what excites them about their particular elective. So thank you guys for paying attention, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe.